to strap in and get ready.
The leaders in NRL SuperCoach are incoming. Bringing you the ultimate insight to help you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight NRL Show with your hosts, Brain, Mattrix, and Whisperer.
G'day everybody, welcome back to the Insight NRL Show. It is the Sunday wrap-up. We've got Jerome Luai in the house tonight behind me over my shoulder. We've got Mattrix, we've got Whisperer. Mattrix with another crown, celebrating another great week. 1407 for you, Matty. Tell us all about it, mate, because there is a pivotal turning point. Pivotal, that's a new word. Turning point in your week.
There is. When I wake up and just choose to be great every day. That is the pivoting turn in my week. And you know what? I've seen everybody in the chat and they're like, hey guys, he's saving all these trades every week. What's he doing it for? And it's for this moment. 3 crowns in a row. Got some start sits right. So we're in our, I'm going to call it our main NRL chat with Aman. And it's like, oh, I can't decide whether to sit Preston or Crichton. And then sporadically I sit Garrick and just achieve greatness. So this is who I am, and yeah, it's so good to be back on top again, 3rd week in a row, just in case everyone was wondering.
Yeah, he's chirping, isn't he, Josh? I mean, he's pretty chirpy for a bloke still in 3rd.
Yeah, he's trying to do a Bradbury, but as he left it too late. 1341 for me, it was looking a whole lot better than that after basically the first game on Saturday. I think I was 881 through 8, which was, unreal pace. And then Kickout shit the bed. I brought in Nikora. He shit the bed. Garrick sucks. Teddy sucks. Mark sucks. Just sort of the wheels fell off. Didn't VC Walsh. So, pretty happy with the mid 1300 score, considering no VC on Walsh. But, look, overall pretty good week, mate. And you had a good week despite the crown. 1270 still nothing to sniff at. I think it's very, very much above par.
Yeah, I feel like it's green. I feel like we've all had a pretty good week, and I think that also rests on the Reece Walsh ownership of all 3 of us as well, I would say. Being able to get the top scorer for the week always helps. Ended up VC looping him, so I guess I'm a little bit disappointed in more so in my end score, knowing that I still got the loop right, and I still feel like everything else, like captaincy-wise, went right this week and just had a number of shitty scores, so... I think I ended up with 5 or 6 players under 40. Was it Huddy Young shit the bed? Kickout was terrible. I ended up with Latu Fainu's AE of 8, so shout out to Benji. Ruben Garrick ended up playing him for a 21, had Lehigh on the bench as a 21. But shout out to Ronaldo Mulatalo. I'm wearing his shirt, as you can see.
Yes.
I told you I would. I said in the WhatsApp I'll wear his shirt if he goes well. So 103 yet again. Ronnie coming in clutch. So a couple of moves went right. But I think I was saved by my captain this week for sure. It's a bit of a weird week with weather though, wasn't it, Josh? Like one of those weeks where sit starts were nearly impossible to get right with all of the weather.
Mate, she was wet, windy and cold. It was across all of Sydney, east to north and west and south. It was just absolutely grim from Brookie down to Wollongong. It was an absolute nightmare of a week, but we got through it relatively unscathed with injuries. There's a couple to mention that we'll talk on, but not too bad. One big one, of course, and a couple of minor ones, but nothing like last week. And head to heads are now over. I made all the ones that I wanted to make. I think we all made head-to-heads that we wanted to make, which was great. But, let's rip into it.
Let's do it. Eels Storm first up, 16-10. The Storm definitely nowhere near convincing for the Melbourne Storm in this one. The Eels played pretty well, though, to be fair to them. But just a bit of a SuperCoach slugfest, really, wasn't it? Like when Stefano Utuikamanu was the top scorer in the game, you know that this game was just a tough SuperCoach game, really. Eli Katoa with a 77, which is a pass mark. Cam Munster with a 72, also a pass mark, but the rest of it's just kind of mid, really, wasn't it? What did you, Matty, take from the Storm? Because Pappy put up 48, Harry Grant 52. Probably a nice little death watch there.
Yeah, Pappy was a bit of a stinker off the boot, and there's chatter that Nick Meaney might get the goal kicking back. Super disappointing for people that had held Pappy, maybe due to not having too many trades or just being truthers. To be completely honest, I think I would have rather nearly hold Pappy for 4 weeks than get that poo slinger that Scotty Drinkwater put up today. But yeah, it's just disappointing for those like Harry Grant and like I'm not looking at the numbers. Just like at the bottom of the SuperCoach app was the most brought in player that wasn't into my team, and you'd just be disappointed with 52, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Storm supporters, Josh, should be pretty upset, a little bit disappointed with this game. Maybe some red flags, some concerns being raised coming into finals that maybe there's a few chinks in the armour that teams can take advantage of.
Yeah, I think so. Like, definitely not at their best. I don't think any NRL teams at their best. Pretty much, the Storm were the only. The Storm actually, any premiership heavyweight either lost this week or didn't won in very unconvincing fashion. So, competition's wide open. Pappy on the 167 podcast alluded to him not goal kicking for the rest of the season. Bellamy on Thursday night also said the same thing. Stefano 82, all in BP. So shout out to Stefano, 82 points in 54 minutes in pure BP. Harry Grant, 1 try assist, 1 line break assist for a 52. Not good at all. Elikatoa 77. So yeah, going at what we said he was going to average without Jerome Hughes, which is great. But that's the extent of this game. It's not good.
Wasn't great. Zach Lomax with a 41, probably the biggest kick in the dick out of all of the kicks this week. Josh would have been stoked. One of the better death rides, I think. Even though he's probably number one target for next week. Yeah, you've death rode him for the last time before you probably have to buy him next week now.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk on that next game, but yeah, definitely a top trade target of mine, and happy to get away with only a 41 from Lomax, which is I'll take it for the last week not owning him.
Absolutely. Joash Papali'i getting a crack at fullback as well with the 60s. Good. I think he's got 2 more weeks back there before Yongi's back. So good to see him getting a crack in first grade. But yeah, let's move on. There's really not much to talk about with Storm Eels. Actually, no, there is one thing. Matty, they come up against the Broncos next week at Amy Park. They get a home game against you blokes. I reckon it's fucking $1.90 each, to be honest, coming into this game. And the only reason I think Storm might get the win is because it's at home. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think both the Broncos and the Storm, if you have a look at their last 4 weeks, have been unconvincing. Looking at the Broncos play the Eels, looking at the Storm play the Eels, pretty disappointing at both ends. But I think Broncos might be riding a bit of a high going into the game. Look, I'm not ruling them out of that one, but yeah, you're right. It's going to be a close game, and honestly, probably my game of the round as a Broncos supporter or not. So.
If you think this is a 50-50 game, it's the game to bet on. Broncos are $2.80 at the moment. So
nice. Rate that.
Yeah, load up.
Yeah, that's good odds. I'll take that for sure. Yeah. Just take the line then if you need to. What's the line at? 4.5?
6.5, I believe.
Oof.
Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, I'd happily take 6.5 start. Absolutely.
Get a full score, which is nice.
Love it. Warriors.
Meaney ain't the goal kicker that Adam Reynolds is at the moment. I'll tell you that for free.
It's a 10 from 10.
Fucking hell. Yeah, he was good. He was very good with the boot, as expected, though. One of the better goal kickers in the comp. Let's move on to the Dolphins' win over the Warriors at home. This was probably the one that set apart the tipping comps this week. I guess if you took the Warriors at home, you're obviously down 1. I took the Dolphins in this one. I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Warriors are going to be on the slide now without, a few of their big names. I think they're starting to feel the effects of a fatigue season now, and a lot of their experience is off the park now, Matty. I think it's, pretty obvious that it's starting to become quite hard for them, especially in the halves now. Obviously, they were missing Chanel Harris-Tavita in this one as well. Hopefully, he's back next week. But, yeah, they've been shot by the injury sniper pretty much all year, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they've been hit by the ugly stick. But, what you thought was going to be a dream run just probably is. We saw him struggle against, was it Newcastle and some other shitty team in the last couple of weeks? But yeah, look, they should have won this one as well. I had tipped the Dolphins. Honestly, if there was a line, I probably would have said Dolphins 13 plus. But of course, we saw our favourite centre wing in the comp, Herbert Farnworth, get injured. And goddamn, everybody, I really hope that you have a trade left.
Tough, Josh, man. Like, did you go VC on Herbie?
Yeah, I did. So,
I was shitting myself.
On cloud nine. Friday night, I was going to the Cass. So I was walking to the train station, saw he was on 70 odd after 20 minutes, and I thought, you beauty. And then I had looking at the scores, and then I put it on when I got on the train, and that's basically the play that I saw him go down. Absolutely brutal for super coaches, for Finns fans, for footy fans. His season is gone skis, and he was on track for a marathon because he was just giving them a bath on that right edge. The Warriors right could not handle him, and you never want to celebrate injuries. You never want to be praying for injuries. So it's sucks all around.
It does, yeah. Look, I mean, I'm sure everybody that didn't have the VC on was probably just took a breath, after he went down, because I'll tell you what, this could have been 170. Like, they were just doing everything to that right edge. Like, they were absolutely destroying them. And I was very nervous as someone who didn't have the VC on him. So, yeah, it's just a shame, because now that's another top centre wing goes down. You add him to the list of Dylan Lucas and all the 2RFs we've lost as well over the last month. So it's been brutal. So, I think I agree with you, Matty. Hopefully people have trades. I've got 3. So that'll be 2 now. Wednesday's
going to be really interesting, because if you're not mentally challenged like me, you own Zach Lomax. So it's going to be a really interesting discussion that we have on Wednesday about who to go to. So I think that's going to take up a large portion of the show, because, we're getting to that stage of the season now where trades are vital and you need to hit them well. So, Wednesday's going to be a pretty good chat, I think. So make sure you tune in for that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Plenty of centre wing pods. It's kind of my favourite position to pod up into, because you can attack matchups so much better than you can at 2RF, like we've been talking about with all these key on replacements over the last month. So, looking forward to that. There's a few good ones, except our super pod, Philip Sami, that we've been frothing about for pretty much most of the Titans game, then ended up getting knocked out. So he's going to miss next week. So shattered. Anything else for the Finns? I think maybe it would have been like a good 8 weeks ago, Josh. You said something about Jeremy Marshall-King coming back at like 400k, and he might have been the guy you can jump on, and he's gone and got 106 in this one. Yeah.
I think he's a guy that is always going to put up good scores with minutes. They were running like a weird rotation where they sort of had a hooker off the bench. Like, his minutes were very, very all over the place, but obviously played bigger minutes this week with Herbie going down. But if those minutes keep up and you've got a million trades, JMK, you could definitely do worse. But he's been putting up good scores when he's playing relatively good minutes. For the Finns, that's probably it. Oren Keeley with a 90, and that's probably the extent of what I want to say.
Jermaine Osako looked like he was a bit injured as well at the end of this game. Like, didn't take goal kicks at the back end because he looked like he had a lower limb injury. So keep an eye on that if you have him.
Yeah, if you own Osako, definitely watch for 4 o'clock on Tuesday. For the Wires, Tuapiki 85, DWZ with a 106, 2 tries, 3 line breaks, 1 offload, 7 tackle busts. So good game from him. If you picked him up a couple weeks ago, I think he was like 320. Roger, I love this man. He is my favorite player that I own right now, because he gets points with ease. I feel like he's putting up 60 plus every week without tries, which we absolutely love. So another great game from him. 78 points, 1 line break assist, 10 tackle busts for old Rog. And Jackson Ford, 72 and 64 minutes, great. And Matty, talk to me about one S Healy, your guy.
Yeah, look, I've got 2 things to mention. I was, to quote Mick Ennis, glazing myself, talking about my start sits. But one thing I did get wrong is I played this little man from Bondi, Connor Tracy, over the great Sam Healy. Connor Watson, over the great Sam Healy. So I got that wrong. And also, don't fall into the DWZ trap. CHT was out, and he started getting good ball. So then, some of these regular halves are going to come back in, and Dallin Watene-Zelezniak is going to go back to catching a cold out there. So, Sam Healy's a bit of fun, because obviously I was not going to play him. I was actually tiny bit concerned he was going to be an AE nightmare. Turns out I should be concerned about, some scrub called Ruben Garrick. So here's what it is.
Yep. Tane Tuapiki was great as well. 85 for him. Charles Nickel-Klokstad was the sacrificial lamb to move to centre and score 30. So,
my Uber pod to win you the week gets moved to centre and scores 30 points. So
you meant the fullback from the Waz, right?
Yeah. We'll claim that. Capewell 85, Lecker 64, and Aaron Clark 75. So Aaron Clark hopefully back to some kind of normality. No James Fisher-Harris for probably at least 2 weeks by the sounds of it. Played 64 minutes. So getting back up to that early season, mid-season minute mark that we were, we expect out of him. So yeah, for owners, 75 is a nice score there to take.
Yeah, for sure. Do you reckon Tuapiki stays at fullback, Chance at centre moving forward, or you reckon this was just a 1 week thing to try and it wasn't even to try and control Herbie because it was on the other side of the field?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So
I mean, they didn't win. It's not like you can be like, oh yeah, no, they played so good. Like they still lost to, I don't know, I suppose a Dolphins team that I didn't expect to be going fantastic this point of the year. They probably should have won this one if they're a top 4 threat.
A Dolphins team that lost their best player and was also a man in the bin as well. So
yeah,
it feels like maybe they're just trying to get some game time into Tuapiki. He's too good to be playing cup. Like you've got to get him in the team, I think. For the future more than anything. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens. Let's have a chat about the Broncos putting 60 on the Rabbitohs. And this was, I mean, most of us probably saw this coming. I don't think I saw 60. I'm not going to say I predicted 60, but I definitely would have been saying, yeah, this is what we expected if you saw 40 plus on the Rabbitohs in this one. Reece Walsh, the man obviously that stands out at the top, 134 for him. Bit of a 9-point upgrade, or downgrade, I should say, was on 143, down to 134. I thought it was going to be a bigger downgrade than that. I thought he was going to lose a try assist and a line break assist. So the fact that he didn't is interesting, or the fact that he only lost one is interesting, not both. But yeah, not a bad VC. I think owned by the top 8% or 8% of the top teams across Supercoach. So a big pod there for anybody who has him or followed us on Walshy. You guys were ahead of me. I think I jumped on 2 weeks later than you guys. So it's nice to get the top scorer this week. Katoni Staggs though, how many people are over under 5% of teams in the top teams going to buy Katoni Staggs this week, Josh?
He's playing well. I put on Twitter, Katoni Staggs at his best is probably the best centre in the world. I got very much criticised for that. I don't think it's that much of a hot take. Katoni Staggs at his absolute peak. He's been playing really well the last 8 weeks or so. I think a few Broncos fans were giving me some stats from him for the last 2 months, and he's been playing superb. And yeah, like you talk about going pod at centre wing, like Staggs could be the guy to do it. Like he's got a relatively safe floor. I think his floor is probably 30-ish, which is good for a high upside centre wing. And yeah, like he's playing really well. So can't fault the pod move at all.
No, Dean Mariner also making sure he sticks around or doing his best to stick around, that's for sure.
I'd tell you what, if you own Jesse Arthurs and or Karapani, you'd be fucking fuming this game, wouldn't you?
Yep, you miss out on the 102 and the 87.
If you owned Selwyn Cobbo for 14 weeks, hypothetically, you'd also be fuming this game.
Are you asking for a mate? Or?
Yeah. Like same as Matty's friend last week.
Yeah, look, obviously nearly everybody scored well for the Broncos. It's, Ezra Mam had a good game. Adam Reynolds kicked 1 million goals and got 92. Cobbo, if you have draft, I think I got him in draft this week, so that was a handy little pickup. I think, Matty, you said Dean Mariner was probably your favourite pick in draft out of him and Selwyn Cobbo, so that played out well. Let us know as well how many people watch draft play draft if you're in the chat. I'm interested to know how many people play draft per in comparison to Classic.
I'll tell you who didn't score well. Payne Haas ruled out with the IV bag. So he's trying to pull the Queensland sickness origin trick, but a bit too late. No, people that are like worried about Payne Haas, it was just sickness. So I expect he's fine.
I mean, look, I don't love seeing my number one prop out in Supercoach, but if there's a week to do it, it's this week where you can go, you know what, just take a rest, mate. Your quad, your back, your groin, whatever it is that you got going on, just have a week off. I mean, obviously we wouldn't call it rest if he's lining up IV bags in the hospital, so that's not positive. But at least some load off those legs might probably be good for him, I guess, for a week at least, maybe.
And that man's built differently. Like, that is a rest for Payne Haas, to be honest. And I know you guys were probably in similar sort of boats. Like, I sat Payne Haas and put Aaron Clark in, and I was going to sit Aaron Clark for a 75. So, you're right. If there ever was going to be a week to rest him, that's why. I'm just keeping an eye on that left side for the Broncos. There's some handy games outside of those couple of Storm games, which I think they're still leaky on the outside, where if Dean Mariner can hold that spot and you did want money for whatever reason, what's he going to be, like 400k? Going to score a bazillion tries. That's when Jesse Arthurs blew up. That's when Karapani blew up. It's just that side that the Broncos lean towards with Reece Walsh, and the other side generally catches a cold. They kicked to Cobbo a lot in this one, and Cobbo made a lot of his own magic, I suppose. So, I don't know. I'm just going to keep an eye on that left side for the Broncos, because I think if somebody can nail down that spot, it could be a bit of a pod.
Piakura missing this one as well through illness, I think it was reported. So,
wasn't it a HIA in training?
Oh, no, you're right. It was illness the week before from memory.
Yeah,
you're right. It was a HIA. So would he be all right? Oh, it just depends on timing. 11 days, he might miss next week.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't I don't think it's technically a HIA when it is. So when it's like, if it's not during a game, so it's when he's ready. But he's had a lot of head knocks in the last couple of weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not ready. Oh, the last couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not ready for next week.
As far as I'm aware, you have to go through protocol regardless. You have to report it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I like this approach, man. Just buy the entire depth chart of Broncos wingers and just, instead of fullback roulette, it's just Broncos wingers roulette, whichever one's the match names.
And it's the ultimate handcuff, really. Like, just buy them all. And just whoever plays, you just chuck them on field.
But only play the left side winger every time. Own 4 of them. But sit 3 of them. Yeah.
I thought your rule was to buy the guy on the left and then he ends up getting switched to the right. Isn't that how it works?
But yeah, and just hold on to him when he hits 500k and hold on to him for 4 weeks, because you're like, he was so good on the left. They'll move him back. Back. Yeah. He's better than Karapani. He's better than Karapani. He gets dropped for fucking Dean Mariner. Fuck.
There is no good things to talk about with the Rabbitohs, is there? Like, I mean, Lockie Hubner is getting some extra minutes. He scored a meat pie in this one, 68. Tallis Duncan continues to score tries somehow, 66. What's he? Still 700k. Absolutely wild. Isaiah Tass, yeah, he's a guy. Other than that, like, there is absolutely nothing going on here. And funnily enough, I was looking at the draw going, fuck, which teams can I target over the next week, 2 weeks for this centre wing replacement? Like, Souths have a nice draw if you look at it, irrespective of how bad Souths are, but you just can't buy any of them. So, and shout out to you and Aiken for absolutely ruining me yet again.
If you want vibes pick, just pick up Cam Murray fresh off Achilles first week back in about 3 weeks' time.
Yeah. If there's a guy that'll come back and be better off an Achilles, it's Cam Murray, isn't it? Surely. The man's built different, but yeah, I'm not going near him. So much so that I'll be targeting anybody that plays Souths. Have we looked at that yet for next week? Who's got him?
No.
I reckon it's the Titans, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I might bring in AJ Brimson. But I think the best thing out of Redfern is the road out of it at the moment. So
Yeah. No, I think I've heard you say that about Redcliffe as well. So
it's
Red City.
Don't take it personally.
He probably said about Red Hill as well after the first 6 weeks of the season. So
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
they're on the climb back. Let's have a chat about this next one. Probably game of the week. I think it's fair to say Panthers 30, Titans 26. Who would have thought this would be the game of the week? How deep do we want to go down the rabbit hole here in this one, Josh? Because we could have some conversations around Penrith being gifted 2 points.
Look, like, should the trader have done it? No. Did it decide the game? Like,
I think it's a stretch to say that it lost them the game.
It's not like Campbell had to like kick it like straight away. Like, he had a time to reset.
He had time to reset. Yeah.
Oh, it's
not like it bounced off old mate's head and didn't go over the goal.
The rugby union charging it down off the kick. Like, it's fine. Like, yeah, is it a good look? No, but like, did it cost them the game? No. Just take the kick and kick it. Like, please, come on.
I put it up on Twitter, like, what's the worthy penalty for this? And I think, a lot of the consensus was just they should have got the kick from in front. I think that's fair enough. You just reposition the kick, put it in front, go again, and that's the penalty for it. I'm sure he's going to get fined, and I'm sure he's going to get suspended and all that kind of shit. But it doesn't really mean anything now that you've walked away with an L. So, yeah, a little bit stiff, but look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. AJ Brimson and Jaden Campbell putting their hand up for the Titans, 117 and 112 for them. Few people sat Jaden Campbell this week, which really hurts. Wasn't a bad matchup because it seems like halves 5'8" score relatively well against the Panthers this year. So, other than that, Philip Sami, 71. He was firmly on the radar, boys, as somebody who could have been Herbie's replacement. And, it looks like he's failed his HIA at the back end of the game. And Andrew's mentioned in the chat rumors that Keanu Keeney could be back next week for the Titans.
Failed his HIA. I think he needs to go see a plastic surgeon for his nose as well.
Yeah.
He got to do with Blake Ferguson about it. Fuck, it didn't look good.
Yeah, he got flattened, didn't he? He was stumbling as well. He had the wobbly boot on at the back end trying to get off the field.
Play cleared up until that point.
Yeah, of course.
Guys, play cleared up until that point, but we're going to go back to a penalty for that play.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Are you talking about the try in the corner?
Oh, I'm just that confused me so. It's like, oh yeah, guys,
I don't understand.
Brian Toto is just haymaking him in the head. But we're going to play until this point. Oh, Phil Sami goes out, but we're going to go back for the play that we just cleared. There was a high tackle. No penalty try.
You get hit in the head in the action of scoring a try. He is over the line.
He goes limp. He full on just goes limp. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then his foot goes out, and it's like, oh no, that's cool. It didn't force the foot to go out. No shit, you fucking coat hanged him and knocked him out before the line. Just because he was over the line when you hit him doesn't mean that it didn't mean he was going to go out.
Kieran Foran's like, he's out cold before he puts the ball down, and the ref's like, yeah, that had no impact on the try scoring motion.
That could have been the blunder.
He's out cold.
The blunder of the week comfortably, probably month. And again, it's, there's a couple of culprits. Don't want to ref shame too much on this podcast, but there's a couple of fucking culprits that keep repeating themselves every year. You know who they are.
It's not a gender thing. I'm a huge woke lefty. It's not a gender thing. It's just the same people over and over again. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, fucking Chris.
Well, it wasn't Belinda. I'll tell you that.
No,
Belinda had a great game in New South Wales Cup this week. Fucking ripper.
She did. Brian Kelly, 79 as well. So he's been solid. Firma, 61. They're pretty much the only relevant players for the Titans. They come up. I'm pretty sure they come up against Souths next week. So there's every chance we'll be talking about maybe a couple of these guys. Keanu
Just bring in AJ Brimson.
Yeah, if he's at fullback still and Keeney's not back, I'm keen. If obviously Keeney's back and Brimson goes to 6 or fucking somewhere, I don't know where he's going to go. Back to centre, because Sami's out, I betcha. Not touching him with a 10-foot pole. Not a chance. Penrith, 106 for Cleary, 82 for IPAP, 81 for McLean, 78 for Edwards, 75 for Blaze, Josh. Finally, delivered for you.
Finally. Nice to have Blaze. Nice to get 71, 2 tries, 1 try assist. That's about it. Was on 50 at halftime and was on 54 with full time. So did nothing in the second half, but nice to get that try. Cleary on 84 at halftime. Like Penrith just put the key on the rack, and Cleary didn't score. Obviously hit that field goal, and then did a couple other things, a couple of forced dropouts. So I think he had a 40-20 and whatnot in there. So updated to 106. I'll definitely take that after not being on Walsh.
Absolutely. You don't have to cop a shitty AE either. Like, you don't have to cop the 8 from Latu Finu, so you've done pretty well there to avoid that. Brian Toto, what's going on here with him? Before we talk about Yo, because obviously there's a risk there that he's done a shoulder. There's got to be some concerns around Brian Toto's work rate at the moment. Like, clearly he's still playing injured, managing that quad through the Origin series, but fuck, he just does not look involved at all.
Super effective though. Like, had 13 runs, but in that 13 runs, 11 tackle busts, 1 offload, 1 line break. It's just they're not getting the ball to him. Yeah, it's just not 20 runs a game, which I'm unfortunate.
If he was on the left, he'd be a must-have.
Oh, and it's madness when you see Jenkins be, and I know score-wise, but just impact-wise, Jenkins be more involved than Brian Toto. What the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you shaping your attack towards Brian Toto? You know what? I have always called him the mailman because he's delivered, but honestly, I might just call him the mailman because he doesn't deliver on Saturdays at the moment. It's fucking awful.
it's true. I know Aman ended up buying Brian To'o, and the F word has come out in our chat a fair bit over the weekend. The FRAUD word made its way out a fair few times for a few players.
We don't want to get cancelled, man. Don't say the F word on here.
No, you never say the word. Yeah, no, we don't. We never say that word on here. But yeah, look, it's tough because obviously he was a high upside pick with a nice draw, and the ball hasn't swung his way. Sadly, even with Cleary back, I thought maybe the right would get more ball, but doesn't look that way at all. Their right to left shape is very similar to the Broncos this year. Let's move on. We'll talk about the Dragons' win over the Raiders. We'll call it an upset. I'm pretty sure this one's the one that ruined tips this week. What do you take from this one, Josh? Dragons played better, but I think the Raiders played comfortably their worst game of the year.
The Raiders was so bad. Jamal Fogarty with a generational stinker. Didn't kick well at all. And that was the thing. The Dragons tried hard to lose this. They had the win in the first half and repeatedly just wanted to take 2 points whenever they got the opportunity. So, the Raiders could have lost this one by a lot more if the Dragons weren't as passive. But from a Supercoach standpoint, Matt Timoko, 109, 2 tries, 2 line breaks, 7 tackle busts. And that's the extent. Joe Tarpany finally coming back. 67 minutes for Joe Tarp, 75 points. Maybe we see the resurgence of Joe Tarpany in the back end of the season.
Could be that. I mean, look, we've been waiting for Joey Taps to do this for a while. Maybe he was just coasting through the middle of the year, and we just thought, he should have been. That's usually when he turns it on, isn't it? Through Origin, and they've gone the reverse this year. Ricky must play Supercoach.
Yeah, no, that's because they're playing finals this year, and they never usually do.
It's true. Yeah. Look, it is true. Timoko is probably going to be. I'd argue Timoko is probably going to be the most purchased player next week. I'm not even thinking about buying him personally, especially with that round 24 bye. That is tricky, especially if you're in a competitive head-to-head league and you're going to want your best team on the field. I think not next week, the week after, if you make it through. So yeah, for me, I'm probably steering clear of Timoko or Raiders purchases at least until round 25 if I have trades left. Hardy Young with a shocker as well. Not his best game, probably one of his worst games this year. Struggled in the wet a fair bit in this game, I think. And obviously still managing that injury as well. But the positive sign for owners is that he did play 80 minutes. So I think they're probably just going to play him 80. It doesn't seem like they're on the radar to bench him at any point and play him less minutes. It just seems like they'll use round 24 as a bit of a reset, I guess, for Huddy to give him a week off. That's pretty much it for the Raiders.
More positive that he played 80 and Hosking didn't. So it shows you he's locked into that 8-minute role.
And I think from the Raiders as well, correct me if I'm wrong, Physio said that is it round 24 the guys will return from Cup. So that's Savelio Tamale and Matty Nicholson will both play Cup in 24 and back in the first grade team in round 25 after the bye. So you obviously your Jed Stewart's. And obviously the question marks around what's going to happen with Hosking. He'll probably move to the middle when Matty Nicholson comes back on the edge. I'd say we'll see that as soon as round 25. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're bringing in Raiders players this next week, or if you're a Hosking holder. Dragons though, worth celebrating. Anything going on here? Because the scores aren't really saying that there's anybody overly relevant for me.
So I can't really comment because I had a look at the game. I saw nobody on the hill. They were evacuated because of thunder and stuff. And my wife said, "Oh, you watching the footy?" I said, "Oh, I was shitting my hands and clapped and watched the Dragons play."
And fair enough. Look, especially with the conditions that this game was played in, I don't remember the last time I've had to see a second row forward hold the ball on top of a tee so that it didn't fall off during a conversion, Josh.
I was waiting for the sand bucket to come out. No, it's good. It's good. It's heritage, but no. This game was poo. No disrespect, but when liking King Togia is up there with the scorers of this game, it's
who the fuck is that guy?
Not a game that I want to be spending more than 47 seconds analysing.
Shout out to JC. I'm sure he's thoroughly analysing this performance from the Dragons. They got the dub, so he's got nothing to complain about this week.
You know what? If there's hailstorms and lightning and thunder every week, the Dragons could be a top 14 team.
So could the Tigers. Seemed to play well in the wet, knocking off the Bulldogs this week. We knocked off Penrith in that monsoon in Bathurst a couple of years ago.
Premiers, maybe.
Yep, that's us. Let's move on to the Roosters and the Sea Eagles. Could barely see the fucking screen through all of the rain in this one. This was a generational poo slinger. Like, one of the hardest games that you'll watch ever. And the Roosters got it done 20-4. Manly, their season is well and truly close to dusted. Like, they look a shell of themselves lately.
Yeah. If you went to this game, you're a sicko. So
Die hard.
Yeah.
Or a duck.
I wouldn't go to Leichhardt Oval if we were 23-0 in the last game of the year trying to go for an impeccable season if this was the weather. So if you went to a 9th versus 10th poo slinger in late August or early August, then you're a better fan than I am, because I was not going to this game.
Nah. I don't think I'd be going out in weather. I wouldn't even go to the shops in weather like this, let alone go and stand on the hill in the pissing down rain to support my team that is playing poor. Turbo 54, that's it. Sorry, I've got nothing else to mention there. Garrick 21, Lehigh 21. Cool. Yuck.
What about Luke Brooks? A 9 point
250th game. Shout out.
I think
He's played 250 games.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
211 at the Tigers, I think, and 39 at the Manly.
He had a try contribution and scored 9 points. My guy.
We're big fans of Luke Brooks on the potty.
He scored 9 points with a 4-point play. We have 5 points in BP in 80 minutes.
It's tough. I mean, look, conditions are shit house, but yeah, if you're going sub 10, you're doing something wrong. And I can guarantee they wouldn't have given him a barbecue for his 250th either. Just real piss poor from Manly, to be honest.
Yep.
It's
Culture
a bit
problem,
wet to have a barbecue, man.
Roosters, on the other hand, Sam Walker, 94. Again, in absolutely everything, and he was clinical. Both sides of the ruck, he was sweeping to the right-hand side as well. Hugo Savala's just taking a step back going, you do what you want to do. And Walker's just leading the team around in this one. Angus Crichton, 67. He scored a try as well off a kick from memory, didn't he? So, yeah, look, I mean, 50 in BP. You can't really complain about that too much. Billy Smith, again, also scoring a try off a kick. It's death taxes and Billy Smith ruining us when we don't own him. So that's always how it plays out. Watson, though, 64, you'd be happy, Matty, that you finally got some form of score from him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. Sam Healy was the superior hooker this week. No, it was, I think, maybe he scored some points late or got an upgrade or something, because I think I remember looking, he was on like 52, and I was like, that is standard. But look, yeah, pretty happy, especially with Hazard Grant getting 52, and I think from memory, Blake Brayley didn't have his best game today, so yeah. Oh no, he got 75. Okay, cool. I'll
Still not his best game though, mate. This is Blake Brayley you're talking about. 75's mid for him now.
Fun fact, according to my favourite Roosters fan on Twitter, Alan Katzman, Sam Walker hasn't missed a kick this year. He's like 17 from 17 or something. So, sharp shoot.
Hits differently.
Yeah,
love
hits
that.
the ball.
Mark Nwangani Tawaze.
44.
I feel like
best ever.
Yeah, I think like 44 was like a huge win for owners in this one.
Massive.
Yeah, considering he was like a 20 with 10 minutes to go, he must have got he got a heap upgrades. He finished on 35, so he got a couple of upgrades and try contribution, which definitely helps. He looks so good with the ball though. It's so frustrating. Like he had 7 plus 8, which is 15. He had 15 hit ups. Like he looks great when he gets the ball, and it's just doesn't get it.
I think I ended up playing Naff White over him, and I only just got bailed out there because he played the whole fucking first 57 minutes of this game, Naff White, for some reason, and then just didn't come back on. But if you ask me, and I didn't look at the scores, if I watched the game the whole way through, I would have thought that Mark scored 60 plus with how involved he was. Just didn't get the scores, and obviously he does so much to create so much around him and just gets like a try contribution or nothing from what he's been able to do off the ball. So, good game from him, aside from Supercoach. Teddy only a 44 as well in this game, just couldn't really find any gaps because the man can't stay on his feet in the dry, let alone the wet. So, tough for him. Let's move on to the game. The game that we're all going to talk about for the next 40 minutes is the Tigers and the Bulldogs. No, take the piss. I think it's more, we look at this game and we think that the weather probably decided it somewhat, but in saying that, I think the Bulldogs were really poor in this one. Like, Tigers were kind of ordinary. But the Bulldogs probably had one of their worst games this year as well, Josh. I think as a Tigers supporter, we've kind of got to, say that it's pretty obvious. I think that the Bulldogs didn't turn up to play in this one.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, they played shocking. And, yeah, we had three long-range tries off, drop balls, or broken play. So, yeah, not by any means, it wasn't our best game either, but, hey, 2 points is 2 points. I do find it very, very funny. So this game was, Cooper Cronk mentioned, the Tigers definitely won't be winning the Spoon this year, which is true. But in the very next game, everyone was talking about the Cowboys, and this is a chance for them to push for finals, as we have the exact same record. So I find it interesting the perception of both teams, where we're saving our season by not winning the Spoon, and the Cowboys are pushing for finals despite having the same record.
Was that Fox League that said that?
Yeah.
Funny that.
Funny. But yeah, from a Tiger standpoint, Adam Dewey played 2,500 Johns when his contract is in negotiation. So unfortunately for Dragons fans, you probably have to pay another $200K on what you wanted to pay before this game. So, but no, props to Benji for moving Dewey to 7 and Luai pairing him. It worked well. So unlucky for people that own Latu. And
Yeah, look, I think it was a masterstroke. I really like Dewey in the halves, and I really think Latu deserved to be on the bench. What do you think, Braino? As an owner?
Fuck off. I was not a fan of it at the start, but I'll admit that I was probably wrong in my initial reaction. I think tactically, when you look at it in the wet, they had a 4-forward bench then as well, so I think that probably made a lot of sense as to playing Latu in the middle. When he came on, they obviously didn't play him in the halves. And, Sione Fainu was actually really good at 13 as well in this game, where you had to shore up the middle because the ball was not getting out to the edges. I think Bulldogs probably just shifted the ball too much. They probably tried to play too expansive footy in the wet, and a couple of pretty ordinary blunders. It's pretty hard to hold on to a bar of soap. So, Adam Dewey was generational. He was fucking awesome in this game. It's
preseason Adam Dewey.
Preseason Adam Dewey. It reminds you of what he's capable of, and then he goes and just puts out these absolute shitters every now and again, and it's just, I don't understand how someone can go from rocks to diamonds so rapidly.
I can. He's playing a different position every week for starters. He doesn't know what's what. If you set Dewey in a spot for the year, I think you could be pretty impressed. If I was some of these other teams, I would be trying to buy Adam. I think that he could be valuable on a lot of teams. I don't really know. I'm a huge
Adam Dewey guy. I generally have a massive. I think he's incredibly underrated. He does so much. He can be an average NRL center. I think he can be an above average NRL half. I think he can be a really good quality 13 as well. It's just injuries have always been his toll. He's a very good goal kicker, and just a big body and can defend well and can run well. So. Yeah, any club that gets him. Do I want him at the Tigers? Of course. Do I want him for the money that we're probably going to have to pay? No. So, any club that gets him, you've got a really good player.
Yep. Fair call. Samuel Fainu, Jareen Buller, Terrell May, Skelton, all relatively good. But yeah, I mean, look, this weekend's a hard one because we're looking at scores that have been affected by weather, errors everywhere. The ball doesn't get shifted much to the wings. The wingers suffered. The edges suffered a lot in a lot of these Sydney games this weekend. So I guess a lot of these scores have been inflated or deflated, I guess we'll say somewhat. But Jacob Preston, again, another one of your boys, Matty, probably why you've got that 1407 with a 75 compared to Viliami Kikau with a 27. So you've won that battle yet again. Battle of the edges. It's funny, it's flipped on its head. Last week it was Viliami Kikau with a 90 and Preston with a 40, and now it's the 40-point swing the other way. 50-point swing.
Can I say I think he's getting really good ball with Lockie Galvin on that side?
Good lines.
Yeah, I just think he looks a lot better with Galvin there than he has with Sexton.
It's a good note. I think kick-out looked really bad with a couple of balls. Galvin was just sort of forcing balls to kick out at times where Burton knows when to use him and not. So hopefully they can fix that up a little bit. But I think you made a good observation there. He does look better with
and when you
Lockie.
think about it,
Lockie's a run first half, obviously, so helps a guy like Preston that can run a really good line.
And they've only been they've only had, 3 or 4 games together, really, to get a good combination. Like, imagine when they've got, 8, 10 games under their belt in finals. They'll go from strength to strength, I think, on that right edge. So, yeah, they've got a good one there. Stephen Crichton's still kicking goals for a 63. The interesting thing about Stephen Crichton is that he also played some makeshift fullback in attack as well and defended at centre. So I thought that was really interesting. They're just using Carraz defensively at the back to bring the ball back with the strong carry, and then having Crichton sweeping as the fullback in attack is an interesting one.
Carraz was the second most captain player among engaged managers. If you saw him named at fullback and then saw him sitting at right centre in block shape, you'd be furious.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. It's like, well, did Carraz even play fullback? Because he was just filling a lot of spots. But I mean, bailed out might be the term, but Carraz owners kind of got bailed out. And as a Carraz owner, I was even hoping he'd go low, looking at those captain stats, just trying to get that bump from Reece Walsh, especially after Reece Walsh got downgraded, and then Cleary got upgraded in the end. I do feel like Carraz captainers did kind of get bailed out, so a bit of a loss for everybody else. But I mean, the Dogs had so many unforced errors in this one, and I do feel like, 1, it was monsoon conditions. 2, it was people playing out of position. I think I remember Crichton offloading just in the dry when he makes that break and flipped it back to Galvin. Usually it scores and it keeps on going, and there's just so much drop ball. And I think maybe the term that you said earlier on was drop the soap. Their Braino. It was that was different, but I do get it.
No, I didn't. I don't think I said drop the soap, but it's very creative of you to lead everybody that way. That's for sure. Speaking of soap, we've got another bar of soap here to talk about in the 32-12 win for the Sharks, but they didn't necessarily play it was too slippery, because they got the balls out to their edges a lot quicker than any other team I saw in the wet this weekend. Specifically, Ronaldo Mulatalo benefiting from a couple of early tries in the first half. The GOAT, Ronnie, 103 for him. Adam Fanua-Blake also, I think we said we all pretty much agreed in the WhatsApp that AFB was a play this week, especially just against a kind of weak middle, I guess, for the Cowboys. Props have scored 11 tries, make it 12 now against against Cowboys. So, a pretty good team to target for middle forwards for sure.
And the conditions for AFB and forwards in this one, him crashing over. I know he didn't get touched, but I tell you what, if somebody did get in front of him, they weren't stopping him in the wet. They'd just slide off him. Yeah.
Cam McInnes, I guess, another perfect example of that. Like an eel. Blake Brayley with a 75 as well. Solid. Nico with a 66. I guess everybody kind of chipped in. Anybody that meant anything chipped in. Do you need me to give my address to you now, Josh, for the bolter, or do you want to wait until 27?
I'll concede that one. But, Of course. He is my new DWZ. Average is 1 million. I don't own him. Average is fuck all when I do own him. So, fair play. Still waiting for that Katoa to come around to come. Still, 47 back to back. Mm-hmm. You've scored 4 tries. I've scored none. You're only 100 points ahead. So, I'm waiting
only 100 points ahead. Listen to him.
Waiting for the come round. I need that Ronaldo 20-pointer that I bought him for.
Yeah. Yeah, and Katoa doesn't really have that 20 in him, does he? I feel like Katoa's got a 40 in him, whereas Ronnie can go 15, so it'll swing. Brett Nicker as well. I actually would have been really keen to buy him this week if my team let me. 35 for him, though, just seems super low. I don't think we're going to expect much of that moving forward, though, Josh. Do you think he's still a really good option for the run home?
I bought him this weekend. I tried to.
So you're the problem.
Yeah. I tried to key on out for Brett Nicker and.
Did you take his overs on player performance? Is that
no? Thankfully, I didn't. I didn't take his unders, so maybe I need to start betting against my own guys.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he's still a really good play for the run home. I think the Sharks have probably the best draw for the run home as well, so it's probably a reason why we got Ronnie. And Nicker is still a good buy, I think, moving forward.
I didn't really see the Sharks really put the foot down, which they didn't again, up 24 zip at halftime and just let the Cows sort of back into it. I want to
the second half, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to toot my own horn for once. This podcast. I do it every week, but for
Was
once
I-
this podcast.
This segment or
I know, yeah, just for this segment. For this game, sorry, I should.
Sorry, Braino's over here glazing himself, according to me.
Shout out Mick Ennis. No, I put a post up earlier in the week about sitting Scott Drinkwater. And the amount of people that hopped on and were happy to tell me that I'm a fool and that you never sit Scott Drinkwater and lock Scott Drinkwater in for 100 because Braino said he's going to do shit. So I just want to shout those people out that went against me because this one played out beautifully.
they should be lucky because he should finish on 19, but he got a try assist with 2 seconds left of the game. So
yeah.
All I'm saying is he scored 33% more than Ruben Garrick this week. So
I'm just waiting for all like the 50 or 60 people that bookmarked and saved the post. I'm just waiting for them to come back and let me know how it went. So if you're one of them, let me know. Just hop into the comments. Because I've copped my fair share, as I'm sure Josh cops about 10 times more.
Funny when they're wrong, they don't come back.
No, but also when we're right, if we brag about it, we're fucked.
Oh,
we're pricks. And we're the worst.
Fuck, you're an arrogant.
Yeah.
See?
We're not allowed to talk about the wins, but we're happy to cop the losses. But I don't get it anywhere near as bad as Josh would. So it's fine. I've seen some of the DMs. Anything else to mention in this game, boys? There's honestly, we're at the sticky end of the season now, where it's like there's only a very, very small amount of options, I guess, in terms of trades, and it's hard to think too much about matchups yet because we haven't seen head-to-heads for next week.
Yeah, no, I mean I had a couple of win-and-ins, and obviously I pulled out a really good score this week, so that helps. I've got a $500 comp that I made I squeaked into finals in, two $250 ones as well, so happy with that. And then obviously the 10K creator challenge that we're in, so happy to be in those. But no, nothing major. Like it's going to be 5 weeks of just sitting on our hands.
I mean, like we've all got 3 trades? Probably. Yeah, I think Maddie's
2
got
next
4,
week
we've got
because
3.
Herbie's out. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, look, there is a conversation we can have around just not doing anything next week. Like,
you guys, I don't have Lomax, so
yeah, that's the easiest trade of the week. If you don't have Lomax, it's an easy trade. But like, I feel like honestly, you could just wait a week. If you don't, and have a look at your matchup, work out what your differentials are in your head-to-head matchups. If you don't need to make a trade next week, you can just sit on your hands, I reckon, and hold Herbie for a week. Then at least hold Herbie for the first couple of games and then see what your matchup looks like and whether you're chasing or whether you're ahead. And then you can make a late trade mid-round if you needed to try and win that matchup, get Herbie out of your team. But there's a few different tactics.
Perfect example is Britton Nickera. Like everyone bought him 3 weeks ago, and they probably didn't need to. Got the HIA, missed next week. This week gets 35. So he scored 50 points in 3 weeks. Like, unless someone's playing South Sydney, like you probably don't need to go out of your way to buy them. It's nice to have, but who's on the buy next week? Like on the buy next week is the Tigers. So like no one's got, apart from Terrell May, like no one's got any Tigers assets. So you should have a relatively full team. Pending IV bags and Payne Haas.
Oh, if Haas is out next week, we're in all sorts, I reckon. You're going to want to use your jewels, that's for sure. Good old Naff White might come in handy next week.
I'm good, bro.
Who you got? You good?
Xavier Willison for his 38.
That's
I don't have
ever.
I've got no one. I've got my front row right now is May, AFB, Haas, and Ethan Roberts. And I've got no other front row forwards to cover it. So let's hope
It's
that Haas
different.
plays.
That could be one trade after next week if that happens. That's not ideal. Yeah, true. That's the beauty of flex, I guess, this year is it gives you a little bit of a bailout if you don't want to make that trade, force a trade at the end of the year. But that's pretty much it. That does us for this week. Do you say you're into a fair few head-to-head finals, Josh?
Finals, no, I wish.
Final series.
I have 12 leagues I play head-to-heads in. I've missed 1, 2. Nice. So, and the 2 ones that I missed were a $25 and a $50, which thankfully for me is not the end of the world. So
the 500 and the 250 probably mean a little bit more.
Yeah, the 500, the 250s, and then the 10K prize pool that you and I are both in are slightly more important. So yeah, hopefully we make a semi-deep run.
How about you, Matty? How'd your head-to-heads go?
Oh, I don't think I'm going... Like, I won every one this week, but I don't think I'm going too well in head-to-head. What have I got? I've probably made finals there. 1, 2... Missed that one. I probably... In that one, I probably made 50% due to my poor start to the year. So 50% of finals. But there's a bit of dosh in the line, and I think I might have went from 5th. And I've got to go back and have a look at it. I think I might have went from like 5th to 1st in a league that pays for the minor premiership. So I'm gonna have to do a bit of a recount on that one, but I'm pretty excited to collect some dollars on that one, I think.
Most important thing though, boys. Podmasters Premier League draft, Insight Fantasy, not relegated this season. We go again next year.
Yes.
I came second. We came second in total points scored. And didn't get relegated by 1 competition point. So we ran very bad in head-to-heads this year, but somehow we didn't. We finished the season 0-5 in the last 5 weeks. We went 0-5, and the guy below us finished 5-0. So lucky we had the gap. We didn't get relegated.
And to be fair, you've copped some rotten injury luck in that draft league as well. I feel like half of your starting team just ended up being out for the year.
Yeah. So hey, we run it back next year. So we didn't get relegated, which is great.
Love that. I think I snuck into I'm in 6 paid head-to-head leagues. I think I snuck into 4 out of 6, which I feel like my head-to-head haven't gone anywhere near what I would like. But that better Creator Cup league, the 10K league, I snuck into 8th spot, and it's a top 8 out of 12 teams, and I've snuck into 8. So
should not be behind.
No, it could be. It could be the biggest Stephen Bradbury of all time if I can get close in that comp. But then, I think I missed the $250 Insight League, had a shocker in that, but the rest of them I should be fine. So, and I'm probably going to shift my focus more to head-to-head. I mean, it's not like we're going to... we'll always focus on our rank as podcasters, I think, because that's, digital currency in some way, but... he did break his forearm, didn't he, Willison?
Forgot about that. Certain people. Get ready for a broken fucking arm. No.
How much is Michael Clark?
Yeah. I saw people on Saturday and they're like, "Oh, did you really enjoy watching the Broncos game?" I was like, "Oh, I'd rather, watch a game that they didn't play against a reserve grade team." So no.
Mm. Yeah, see, us Tigers fans, we just like it when we score points. It doesn't matter how we get them or where they come from.
No, I like it when we're not the focus of the media for 6 days. Don't even care if we will be now.
We will be. There'll be some conversation. It'll be Galvin focused this week, so guaranteed. Yeah. But anyway, that'll do us, guys. Obviously coming into head-to-head finals now, a lot of our podcasts probably are going to be not more head-to-head focused, but there will be a head-to-head conversation. A lot of sit-start. Pretty much
buy, hold, and sell is really easy, guys. I'll give you the hot tip. Sell anyone that's not playing. Hold anyone that is.
Legit.
Buy anyone playing South.
Buy anyone playing Souths, Titans, and and maybe the Tigers. I don't know. The defensive juggernauts only gave up 14 to the Bulldogs today in the wet, so we just need the wet every week. Yeah, we just need a rain dance every week. But, a lot more sit-start conversations, I think, moving forward, and a lot more, tactical decisions on trades and holding trades and things for the run home. So 5 more rounds to go, 4 more weeks, head-to-head competitions for finals start next week. So hopefully you made it.
NRL finals. We're not done. We are nowhere near done.
We are not even close to done, no. So, for anybody who missed the Wednesday show, SuperCoach are doing NRL finals, so it'll be that the details are being finalised, but as far as we're aware, you'll be able to pick a new team every single week. So it'll definitely make for an interesting competition. We'll be doing some content on that moving forward as well. So Patreon subscribers will still get plenty of exclusive stuff through the SC finals, as well as we'll do a podcast every single week to cover all the SC finals based stuff as well. So you get an extra 4 weeks of us if you weren't sick of us already. Sorry, we're going to be sticking around for another month. But thanks for jumping in. Hit the like and subscribe if you like the show and you want to support the show. We really appreciate that. Otherwise, hopefully you wake up to some green arrows in the morning. Good luck, and we'll see you Wednesday.
In the morning's very generous considering lockout.
3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow afternoon.
I'll see you Tuesday afternoon. Cheerio.